check if everything's alright, because this has been an absolute mare. TRL. It'll be Tribune, won't it? Tribune. Racing League, right. Search. I think we're up.
Oh, are we? Oh my god, I feel so...
Yeah, we're up. Oh, thank God. Okay, right.
Finally.
After all that, hello everybody and welcome to TRL.
Catch the end of qualifying.
Round 3.
Already, Speedy, provisional pole, Duffy's in second. Joran in third.
I need to finish off my intro here, buddy.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Okay, right, everybody, welcome to TRL Season 2, Round 3 here at La Castellet. I'm very sorry there's been massive confusion here in commentary. Today, I'm your host, Chida Vito, with a special guest, Lakey 10. How are we doing?
Hello, I'm the co-host. You're the Jeremy Clarkson and I'm the James May, if you will.
Yeah, alright, I'll take that.
It's Trugger's already in 9th, to be fair. I wonder though if...
Yeah.
To be fair, like, who hasn't done a lap? So Morsel hasn't done a lap, Wogan hasn't done a lap, and the Bullet has not done a lap. Looks like the Bullet is probably going to go for 2 laps in total. He's on an out lap right now, so I doubt he'll want to be going for his final lap with 5 minutes left. TRT Broken coming into the pits now. Just came off a run on medium tyres, the medium compound. Looking to start on that, as we saw yesterday. JRT Barker was very, very successful with that medium tyre strategy.
Already got 6 viewers. 6 viewers after a absolute mare of a commentary.
Complete shambles.
Yep, absolutely. Right, let's quickly
EDMG not looking too hot down in 13th.
He's on mediums, and I think those were actual laps. So he's just going to
he was
put on a set of... Yeah, already 6 people though. I know I've just mentioned it, but odd 10 now. Let's go.
Already got Brood, who's retired. So I didn't actually catch what that was from.
Oh. Okay, who's on a lap? I think it's non-cabbage is on a lap.
Okay, well...
I think so. Oh, maybe not.
No one's on a lap right now.
Trogo,
we have Immortal going out now though. Immortal's on his out lap, going back out on the mediums. So he definitely...
Bullet, I think he's on the lap.
Spectate that then. Coming through sector 1 now, going on to... Coming through sector 1, coming through sector 2 now, coming to the entry of sector 3. On the soft compound tyre, clearly not looking for that alternate strategy. That's if he does manage to get into the top 10 on this lap. Very close to an invalidation there. Once that wide cuts in.
Pushing.
Slightly misses the apex
a little bit wide there.
Very wide here. And Connor has joined.
Coming now into the last 2 corners.
Comes hugging that inside line, nearly losing
right-hander.
Oh, very bit of a dodgy line there.
Yeah.
And comes through. Let's see where this lap is going to put him. P13. P13 is going to be the best that the Bullet will get, as he does not have time to come in onto another lap. Danny.
TSMR.
Danny's gone out on softs. Danny's gone out on softs. I think his current lap,
seems about right.
Current lap is set on mediums, but he does not look very confident that that's going to give him a good starting position. Already done at 11th.
Ed's not gotten out yet. I'm not sure what Ed's doing.
I don't know actually. What is Ed doing? Very slow pit lane. Oh wait, no, he's coming out now. Right. Obviously, making sure not to cut the track, or penalties will be enforced.
Of course.
Of course.
Any way I can move?
So Biblical PC down in 16th, hasn't properly set a lap yet though. I think his lap must have had a spin. Banky retiring. already down in 15th.
Oh, Speedy's gone quicker. Speedy's gone quicker.
So Speedy currently sitting on provisional pole. Very nice lap, a 1:27.5. Gonna see if perhaps Danny can challenge for that pole position.
Jordan's started a lap in P3.
I think it is highly likely that Danny...
Natoil's gone purple sector 1.
Is this?
Natoil F1 in P4. I don't know how to say the name. I presume it's Natoil or something along those lines.
Wait. No.
Purple sector 1.
Not Jarl.
Oh, he invalidates it. He's invalidated it.
Ooh. That was unlucky. Non-Cabbage is getting ready to go onto his lap, a tier 2 fill-in. See how he can do. Wasn't able to race yesterday. Did allow, I wouldn't say I'm in the championship fight for tier 2, but it did allow Aloha 49 is to get in some good points against Non-Cabbage, as well as JRT Barker, who didn't have the greatest first 2 rounds. However, Non-Cabbage is going to be coming onto his lap now. We'll see what he can do.
Jordan's on a quite good lap here. Sorry to cut in. A lot of people are on a lap. Natoil is going to come across the line.
Honestly, I can't see Tier Mark Speedy keeping this pole position. By the looks of things, we're going to see maybe Joran.
EDMG's retired. Ed's retired.
Ed will be starting down in 15th. He'll obviously start on the medium compound. So here comes Joran.
Danny's on the lap.
Coming on to the end of his lap is not going to improve. Oh, he's going P2. Had a bit of a timing.
Right, Danny's on the lap. I'm going to spectate him. He went 8 tenths quicker through.
Joris goes P3. Duffy's is on a lap.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he's
Danny's
abandoned
about to come across the line.
See where Danny can go on the soft compounds tyre. Goes pole.
Quickest.
Goes pole for Danny.
He's done it.
I doubt there's going to be anyone who can even challenge for pole position. He's a second quicker than
Duffy's.
James MW, who's coming out for his lap now. Doubt he's improved by that much. James goes 6th.
It's an improvement.
Non-Cabbage is finishing his lap now, coming to the end of sector 3. Oh, I think that might have been an invalidation there.
Yeah.
He will be angry with himself there. That was a very, very unnecessarily invalidation. So no one else is on the lap.
Deluxe is about to come across the line. He doesn't go quicker. He stayed on the mediums, which is quite odd.
So no one is going to challenge Danny for this pole position. So we have our final grid for this race. CRT Danny on pole. What's that? Maybe his 3rd pole position in a row, I think.
I think, yeah.
What did he get? Did he get a pole in Abu Dhabi? I'm not sure. But anyway, so
no, it was broken.
Here is our final standings for qualifying. Yep, you can run through it if you want.
Right, TRT Danny in P1, impressive 5 tenths quicker than Speedy in P2. P3, Jordan. P4, Joris. P5, we have Duffy's in the McLaren. P6, we have James. P7, Natoil. P8, Brood. P9, Mods. P10, Non-Cabbage. P11, Trogai. P12, Biblical. P13, Deluxe. P14, Broken. Damn.
So the Bullet.
P15, the Bullet. P16, EDMG, who finished 2nd in the championship last season. What's gone on there?
Could see a potential comeback drive as he is starting on the medium compound tyre.
P17, Banky, and P18, Immortal. Nobody in the top 10.
Very weird
was
that
able to qualify onto
looking at the Bullet, he qualied on softs and was still down in that bottom 5, getting out qualied by the 2 tier 2 fill-ins. We'll see how that plays out in the race. I think that is going to be a very good race between them 3, fighting for potential points.
We have, hold on, let me check. We have 9 viewers. 9 minutes in, 9 viewers. That seems about right. Currently waiting for everybody to reconnect. They'll be sitting on the grid, doing those little adjustments to their strategy. Somebody's already bit the bullet. That's Natoil, first person to ready up. Initiates a 30-second timer for the rest of the cars to finish up their strategy, what they want to do, finish up their setup, and how much fuel they want into the car. So right now, Ashton, who's your money on?
I think I'm going to be looking at Danny completely dominating this race in the same fashion
Again.
that he has done the past 2 races. That's what I'm looking at here. As we start the formation lap, the predicted pit stop strategy, maybe a 2-stop for some of them soft runners. However, what I would say is the best strategy to go for is a 1-stop, whether it's medium hard or soft hard. Medium hard is definitely the better strategy, but if you're starting soft, a 1-stop is definitely possible. I used it yesterday and gained about 15 seconds after a poor start.
Congratulations.
P2, good for the constructors.
The top 10 all on soft tyres. Nobody who is below top 10 decided to go soft. Everybody else thinks mediums are sensible, apart from Deluxe and Immortal going hard. The Immortals, he's quite bold with his strategies, and it has worked out in the past. You look back at the season opener in Bahrain, him doing the 1-stop from hards to mediums, it benefited him immensely, and he was able to, he led it as the safety car came in right at the end. Danny was able to get past, and he got overtaken. So,
we've
right
got
now
these two at the front, Speedy and Danny, pulling quite away from the pack. Not sure I'd be too happy being Danny being in that position, as your tyres will cool down while sitting on the grid. If you ever watch me, if you ever pick me up on the stream, I'll always push back the pack. EDMD like to tell me it's a very dirty strategy, but it works for me most of the time. People get their cold tyres and I often get better starts than them. Not yesterday, I had a rubbish start yesterday, but yeah. Definitely a good strategy to back the pack on the formation lap. But
there you go, a bit of insight for the viewers.
Looks like it's all bunched up again.
Lost some.
Still got a couple of stragglers at the back. I think there are the 2 Hasses and Banky. EDMG started 16th, very active character for him, but we'll see how that medium hard strategy compares to the top 10 who are all on softs.
Yeah, we have the final few cars now coming onto the grid.
But yeah, if I was personally, if I was in the bottom 5, if I was in the bottom 5, I would consider bottom 10. I would consider starting on hards at 100%. I think that definitely could be a viable strategy, perhaps going onto the hards, going to the mediums. But we're going to be starting here.
You're waiting for those infamous 5 red lights at the moment. Not qualified on the. Oh,
here we go.
Oh, here we go. 5 red lights. Lights out, and we are underway for round 3 here at Le Castellet.
Oh, someone's hit the pit
gets
wall.
A good start, and already a Red Bull is in the wall.
They binned it off the start. James MW getting very bad wing damage. Would not be surprised if that's red. Yeah. However, Danny running a bit wide.
Danny are going side by side. Speedy decides to duck out of it, or is he going to try anything now? No. Does have a little bit of a cheeky track extend there, as it's absolutely crazy here. EDMG keeping position so far, but a lot of people are dropping back, I think.
James MW does have very bad wing damage after that calamity at the start of the race. I think he must have just gone front to a bit too early at the start and has lost it.
Yeah, he's lost half of his front wing.
Relatively clean though at the front of the pack. Speedy's already got a penalty.
He's gotten 3 seconds.
Shows how hard he's pushing to make sure it keeps to Danny, but also is a testament to Danny's pace on this first lap. Speedy having to track extend slightly to keep with him. Oh, Speedy's going to go down the inside.
Oh, he's going to already send it this early.
Danny defends.
He's more thinking about lap 1 than lap 27 here.
Oh, that might just cost
Danny's
him.
done a very good so far to stay ahead. He's had 2 moments of uncertainty, a bit of argy-bargy with Speedy. Danny's done very well. Is now coming down the straight now. It's Danny leading from Speedy, from Jordan, from the Toil, from Joris. There's already, I'm going to have to cut myself in there. Already there is battling, I believe, between the Toil and Jordan into turn 1. The Toil goes a long way round and gets ahead of Jordan. Fair play to the Toil there. Very ballsy move. That promotes himself up into P3. Right, Joris in P5, and him and Duffy's are battling. not even
very
a break
interesting
so far.
race so far.
Yeah. Deluxe, he's on the hards and he's up in P7. Trogo, P8. Woken, P9. He had a very good start then, Woken. He was about P16. Brood in P10. Mods P11. Long Cabbage P12. Biblical P13. As Duffy's and Joris are fighting. Natoil and fighting.
Brood,
a fair few.
R8.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only penalties we've got so far are speed with 3 seconds. He's sitting comfortably in P2 right now. An 8/10 gap to the car in third. And Brood has got a 3-second penalty as well, down 15th. He didn't cheat, he's up into 14th. Maybe not as good of a start as he may have hoped for. Perhaps trying to get a Sebastian Vettel-esque start over lap 1. However, he won't be that worried about P14. He knows he has the strategic advantage over that top 10 cars who are starting on the soft compound tyres.
Fastest. Very sorry for those who were watching on the stream. As I'm sure you're aware, there was a bit of a glitch. I had a mini crash. Unfortunately, they don't call my Wi-Fi virgin for nothing. As Mods, he's the third.
And Mods has got a 3-second penalty.
So in lap 3 people on 3 separate laps have gotten the penalty. It is so, the track invites you so much just to go that little bit wide and get onto the power earlier. But it is very clearly detrimental to the drivers. Anyway, going back.
Danny is using all the track he can just to stay ahead of speed and stay out of that DRS.
He's going to have to be careful. Natoil's having a little look here on Speedy. Round the outside at the long right-hander. Long Cabbage gets 3 seconds. Speedy's really pushing Natoil here. Has Natoil got enough to stay round the outside? Him and Speedy are fighting so hard. Speedy decides to duck out of it at the last moment. Oh, he sent it once again.
He's slightly tapped there. Oh, he's spun. He's had a bit of a half spin.
Yeah. Very unfortunate there. I think that would definitely get looked at. Oh, as I think Speedy spun. The man in P2 has lost. He's lost all of that ground. That is just possibly going to be the worst spot that he could possibly get front wing damage there. And he's going to have to endure a whole lap. By the looks of it, he just got a bit of oversteer leaving.
After starting P2, the race has slipped out of his hands. Now he's in P16.
I think he spun again there.
Yeah, he's on P16 on a definitely not ideal strategy. It's not like a track such as Silverstone where you can take hards from the start all the way to the end. He's still going to have to make one more stop, which is going to harshly affect his race. And honestly, I'd be surprised if he gets points without a safety car here.
If you were in...
another 3-second penalty. Also, just looking at penalties, Natoil, I don't know how to pronounce it. Not Yo F1 has a 5-second penalty, presumably from Speedy in the pit lane. And Speedy just coming around now, very unfortunate for him. Obviously, he just got a bit too hungry on the throttle, but what that has done is opened up not only Danny's gap to P2, but also Joran's gap to P3.
There's a yellow sector
and the Toil's going to retire.
Yeah.
Completely giving up, not a good race for him.
Very quickly, Woken in P5 on mediums. I think he finished about 10 places, or started.
Great start for Woken. His pace is clearly very good. This is very similar.
Deluxe, Trogo and Biblical, they've all made a fair amount of positions, and well, I mean, Deluxe is on.
Brood gets 3-second penalty. Another one. What I'm seeing now is a very similar performance over these opening laps to JRT Barker yesterday. He was one of the only people in Tier 2 to start on the medium tyre but start cutting through the field. And the softs, they're going to be going off right now for a lot of the people in the grid. So perhaps we're going to see a lot of overtakes for the people that started on the mediums. FRT Deluxe as well. He's in P6. He's
That's
on the hard
right.
compound tyre. Perhaps trying to go for a hard medium strategy. Speedy's on hard, however, if I'm honest, I think that might have been the wrong tyre compound to choose. I feel like he maybe could have done medium soft and still had better pace than the hards, but what do I know?
Or medium.
Or medium, as he did start on the softs, yes. So maybe a incorrect strategical decision there, but
Biblical gets past Trogo. It's a
EDMG up into P10 already.
Danny. Oh wait, no. Oh no, Jordan's in. If you saw very briefly there, Jordan went ahead of Danny because the pit lane. That's how you.
So Brood is going to get another penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Jordan's gone mediums.
Looks like he's going to be doing the. Looks like Jordan's going to be doing the two-stop, the soft medium soft strategy. I don't think that's ideal.
There's a yellow sector.
Oh, Brood's retired.
Oh, okay.
We've also got the bullet 3-second time penalty. Another one for this grid.
Is Danny gonna box? That's the question.
I boxed at lap 11 yesterday. I think.
On soft?
Yeah. I boxed lap 11 so I could have better tyres at the end of my second stint. Didn't quite work as I was trying to gain some time on the low half 49ers who did end up winning that race quite dominantly. However, still got P2. Just shows how strategy is such a big deciding factor around this track. Similar to that Bahrain.
I don't know what Danny's going to do for tyres, because he could very well box this lap and go on to mediums as Jordan has. Riding on board, it looks like he's going to come in. Danny's in. He's boxing lap 6 very, very early into this race. That's going to promote Woken into P1. But what tyres is Danny going to go on? This is quite far away. Malta's got 5 seconds penalty. On top of his 3 seconds. As Joris has retired and Danny has gone soft.
Danny's going to do the two-stop strategy. Wow, that's...
Has Jordan done enough
Joris is retired.
Get ahead of Danny?
So, we have already had 3 DNFs so far.
Hold on. Has Jordan done Danny? Jordan's ahead of Danny.
Cheers to my Speedy.
They're side by side. Oh, wow. Okay.
In other news, Speedy has also retired.
We have 4 retirements.
4 retirements in the first lap.
Guys, with 7 laps in.
Woken leads currently.
Jordan could be able to get past Danny here from ERS and DRS, but I think Danny has 67%. Jordan 1%.
Duffy still has amazing pace on these softs. Still keeping up with Woken, who's on the medium compound tyre, which will currently be faster than the soft. However, Duffy's is definitely putting a fight to Woken. He should be boxing within the next 1 or 2 laps, I do think. Woken's got a penalty.
That's not going to be very good. It looks like he's going to be doing
that is going to partially affect the race.
This Duffy's going to come in.
We've got EDMG, P7. Actually had a very good start there. I know we've had some people who have boxed, however, still I'm sure he's going to be happy with the start. He's going to go for a move now on Banky, going to turn 1 with that DRS flap right open. Goes down the inside.
Has he done
Banky,
enough? No. He's going to now go around the outside. He's going to really try and pretend he's going to open up his ERF. I think he's ahead, yeah.
He's completed that move, but will he get DRS from Trogo, who is in front? He should do. Unless he slightly drops out the 1 second gap due to fighting with Banky. But, yep, he's got DRS.
So, I think Duffy's is doing very well. He's keeping up with Woken.
On 7 lap hold softs.
Bear in mind he had to qualify on those softs as
well,
yeah. So
essentially 9 laps worth of wear on them softs.
And he's keeping up, and he's holding Biblical behind.
I feel like Biblical might be slightly annoyed, so he's going to go for a move down the inside.
Yeah, he's going to go for the move.
down the inside.
He's going to keep it to the inside. Does Duffy's have the tyre to keep it round the outside? Yes,
Duffy's
going to
go again.
Send it down the inside. I think Biblical's going to go
Lovely
for the
switchback there.
He's going to use some of his DRS, but he's still battling with Duffy.
Still battling. Duffy dives into the pit lane.
Duffy's is in. That seems like a sensible shout there.
However, that was very clean racing from both Biblical and Duffy's there. Great to see, side by side, throughout essentially the entire last sector of the track.
I feel like we need to initiate a battle of the race, like drive through the day, battle of the race. Oh, as I think Trogo got a bit squirmy.
And Danny goes fastest on the brand new soft compound tyres at 1:31.4. Very good race like that is.
But the issue with Danny is that he's going to have to box a lot earlier than Jordan. He might have to go hard. I don't think he will.
Danny will be going soft, hard, I think, unless he wants to take their mediums. However, I would probably go onto the hards, as hards have still got very good pace. Especially later on in the race.
Duffy's has gone hards.
Duffy's is going for the one stop as well.
Duffy's in a very good position.
Yep.
He's 9 seconds behind Jordan, and then 11 seconds behind Danny. I think those guys are going to have to box again. If Duffy's, as just proven, if Duffy's can keep up with Jordan and Danny, I think Duffy's could be in a shot for the win here, or at least a podium.
I was about to say, yeah, I know it's very early in the race to judge and make these kind of predictions. However, Duffy's is setting very sweet here. Fresh hards looking to do that one-stop strategy. He's sitting in P11. Pretty much everybody in front of him on track is going to have to box at least one more time. So he's looking very nice in that position. He is about 24 seconds around that off the lead. I think, I don't know what the pit stop time is around here, but he's looking very sweet going in.
Thinking of things that are sweet, I think Ed could have a shot of getting past Trogo here. As Immortal, he's another one to fall victim to the penalties. 3 seconds for him. EDMG,
here we have EDMG.
He could get a move here.
ERS is open, only 25%. He's not going to be too hasty on that. Trogo goes to the inside to defend.
I think he's still going to try it
around the outside.
Lovely move.
Very good move there.
Ahead.
Very good move from EDMG. On the 9 lap old mediums. Goes up into 4.
So those mediums, about now we'll start feeling second hand. This battle isn't second hand, it's brand new.
What we've just missed is Biblical PC.
Outside again.
What we've just missed is Biblical PC taking the lead from Boykin.
Trogo's falling back 2 positions there from battling with Ed, and he's going to send it on Immortal on those 9 lap old hards. Bloody hell. Trogo. Very aggressive move from Trogo there. He's going to be raging after that move from Ed.
I didn't quite catch the move from Ed, but I'm presuming Ed may have made some contact with him, pushing him off track and leading to the loss of positions. However, Trogo
I think
still in the DRS, so I doubt he'll be falling back that much. He has very good pace around the driver.
Banky.
Another penalty here. Banky's got his first one. So what we're looking at now is we have had, in terms of keeper boxing, we've had James who boxed at the start.
When did Biblical get past Woken?
I did say I said we missed that. He went down around the outside of the right-hander at the start of sector 3. So we've got the Bullet who has stopped. James MW with that wing damage at the start, he's also had a stop. Nolan Cabbage has had a stop. Mods and Duffy's have both stopped. Joran and Danny. So Danny is leading the people who have stopped so far, but obviously on the strategy that he is in, he's going to have to stop again.
Oh my god, Ashton.
What?
Ashton, guess what?
What?
QC Unicorn in the chat said, want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers on bigfollowers.com, exclamation mark. No way, thanks so much, Unicorn.
That's awesome. I need to get my followers up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that is really big chunks of
Very.
so much. As Woken's in,
I'm
the
getting.
second person
So is
on those
Trogo.
last
Trogo's in as well.
people are in. Banky, Trogo.
What I'm getting flashbacks to is that Nigel Farage video. And he's saying that Big Chunga sends his regards.
Yeah.
I will tell you that Big Chunga sends his Big Nige. So Ed on track.
Right, okay.
He's within the podium positions.
Yeah.
Ed run out into the podium positions. Immortal, he's got penalties chasing down Edward on them hard compound tyres. EDMG on the medium compound, running slightly wide there. And I think Immortal is just in the DRS. Yes, he is. 17% overtake though. I mean, not looking too hot on the ERS mode.
Ed's in a similar
ERS
position
now.
there. But I think, given that a lot of people are boxing quite early on the mediums, I think Biblical and Ed are going to be looking into boxing around about now. Because I think Deluxe has been catching...
Maybe going on to the
by a
hearts?
fair amount.
Would you say?
Yeah, unless there's a safety car.
Yeah, maybe they might be trying to stretch it out for a safety car.
As Broken and Duffy's, by the looks of it, are having a bit of a fight.
So let's give a reminder of the penalties that everyone has. So Immortal sitting in 4th, he has 3 seconds of penalties. Broken, he's in 7th, he's got 3 seconds as well. Followed in P9 by Banky, who has also got 3 seconds. Mod sitting on 11, most likely from 2 track limits penalties, and is speeding in the pit lane.
Biblical and Ed are in. Biblical and Ed are in. Last
right.
medium runners to box.
They'll most likely be going on to the hards.
That's hards. I think that's hards on both cars. Yeah.
Yep.
Hards on both cars.
Continuing with the penalties, Trogo, he's in 11th, he's got 3, followed by Non-Cabbage with 6 seconds. James, he's essentially out of this race, I think, as he also has to box again, and he's at the back of the pack with the 3 seconds penalties, and also the Bullet has 3 seconds of penalties. FRT Deluxe on track, he's leading, one of the very few people to start on the hard compound tyre. He has no penalties, which I think is going to be crucial in this race. Danny also with no penalties.
So at the moment, I don't. So I looked at the hards and was like, oh, they haven't boxed yet. They have, but at the moment, I think if Danny boxes, hold on, if I go into the leader, I think if Danny boxes, he will be about P10.
Well,
so for the first time this season, he might not be the one winning.
Well, FRT
depends.
Deluxe and Immortal, both the leaders of this race, also both the only people in this race to have not stopped yet, but also the only people to have started on the hard compound of tyre. They are looking alright, I'd say, as the people who have already boxed and are going to most likely be competitive have gone on to the medium tyres. And the hard compound actually they would have boxed onto, and them tyres are going to be going off very, very bad towards the end, and with these two that are in the front of the pack going on to fresh mediums, their pace is going to be very good in their second stint, from what my guess will lead me to believe. Perhaps they could go on to the softs if they can stretch the hards out long enough. However, I think the safest option and probably the most effective option would be to go onto the mediums, as towards the end with softs, if you're taking them any more than 10 laps, you're going to be looking at 80% and incredibly high chance for a puncture. Surprised we didn't have a puncture yesterday, or in Tier 3 on Friday. But yeah.
Nice little insight for the 10 viewers watching. We do appreciate all the support. I know this is our first reminder, 35 minutes into the stream, but yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed. As Deluxe is in quite early, I'd say.
I was going to say maybe he could have taken them hards a bit longer. I know his pace would have been dropping off,
16,
but
and and then go
exactly what I was going to say, around lap
medium.
16,
He
maybe
is going to go
17.
mediums anyway.
But now, I feel like these mediums is not going to get the most out of him that he potentially could.
Danny's in. Danny's in.
Danny, he was always going to box. I
The person
always
starting on
expected
pole,
that.
he's boxed. He's going to go mediums as well.
Yeah, again,
You have to take those
very
tyres
much expected.
13 laps.
30 laps is incredibly doable on the medium compound tyres. However, I do think that
Jordan hasn't boxed yet.
perhaps maybe not for Danny, but for Deluxe, going maybe a couple laps longer would have been more effective. However, maybe he had a lot of tyre wear, and we can't see that. Yeah.
That would be quite a nice little thing we could get here at commentary, but alas, we don't. But right at the moment, I think Biblical's a net P1.
So Ed, he has stopped. He's in P6 right now on the road. In my opinion, he's looking in a very good position in this race. Considering he started down in 15th, I'm sure he would 100% take a top 5 finish, which I do think he can do. Only 1.2 seconds back from Duffy's. It was then only 1.5 seconds back from Deluxe.
Also, Deluxe is looking very well. Deluxe is looking very, very well. He's
sitting very
he's
nicely in P4. I actually can't remember where he started.
Would you like me to check?
Yes.
I think he was P13, I'd like to say.
I'm sure he'd take.
P12.
He would 100% take a podium then. And
yeah,
I think, yeah, Deluxe is looking very sweet for a podium right now. But Jordan dropping down the order. His final stop of the race. Only person to have completed 2 stops so far. Other than Danny,
Deluxe,
of course.
Deluxe is 0.6 seconds off Broken. Broken, he's on the hards. He's also got a penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so he's going to be
has
a little bit more tentative.
Exactly, tentative
Deluxe
going
could
into
get
the corners.
past here, I'm not sure. Great camera angle. At the moment, he's about to open up the DRS now.
Honestly, if Deluxe keeps his tyre wear down and manages his pace very well, he's in with a shot of a win here.
Got in the 3 seconds. Who, Deluxe?
Yeah.
He's going to have to manage those tyres because I think...
All he has to do to have a shot at this win is manage the tyres and also manage his penalties. Because looking at this gap between him and Biblical PC, only 3 seconds. If Biblical PC gets a penalty, Deluxe is very
just has
much
1 warning.
Looking like...
Deluxe has 1 warning, Woken has 0, and
what about
Biblical?
Yeah.
2.
2 warnings, he's only 1 off.
Lap.
Only 1 off, so looking like a very high possibility that Deluxe can come from P12, I think he said on the grid, all the way up to P1. Definitely worthy of a driver of the day. 100% if he can pull this off. Again, EDMG though, 4 tenths back from Duffy's.
No,
Deluxe is going to go down the inside of Woken. Danny sets the fastest lap of the race. EDMG is... I was going to say, I was actually about to say down the inside of his championship role, jam pancakes. What's it? EDMG is now only 3 tenths back from Duffy's. I can almost guarantee that Edward's going to go for a move going into the chicane.
Speaking of moves, Woken, I think he's going to get another chance at Deluxe here. He's got the ERS over him. Deluxe went 4 tyres off the track, allows Woken to get past, so Woken is back up into P2. I'm not sure what Deluxe
Ed going from a very long way back, he's not going to go for a move, thinks better of it. And I've seen trains, and then I've seen what Duffy's has created.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, Duffy's, he's on...
And Ed looking for the move, going into the long right hand.
Go on, Ed.
Very close, Ed gets a bit of contact, then loses it. Oh, he spun it! He spun Duffy. That is very detrimental for Duffy's race. I think Ed's going to get a penalty for that. I wouldn't argue with that if I was to get a penalty.
I can't clip it. Why never clip it? I think I'm glitching.
What's happening?
Literally
There's
quite bad with those two.
oh, there's a bit of a ghosting moment here. Ed has dropped down to P5 from that. However, Danny's got the DRS, but so does Ed. Danny might be looking for a move going into turn 1. Very,
He is.
very
Go
bad.
round the outside. Now he's going to have the inside. Oh, Ed keeps it. Ed keeps it. He's one on one with Ed.
Oh, he's taking a
Ed's still
triangle
there.
around the
He's
outside.
really battling Danny here.
Oh, bit of contact there.
Again. I don't know. If
Maybe
WWE.
going for the switchback.
Bloody hell. No, I think he's going to have, Danny's not close enough for...
Okay, so Ed, he's going to have
Ed
DRS,
is,
has absolutely no ERS though. So I doubt he's going to go for the move. However, how about we cast our minds back to that contact between EDMG and Duffy's? I think, personally, that is worthy of a penalty. As much as I am friends with Ed, I can't be biased, and I think it is worthy of a penalty, so he's going to have to keep that in mind. Most likely a 5-second penalty. And
right now that's going to be happening lots later. Right now, amongst that, Deluxe has got back past Broken and already pulled a second. He's going to be licking his lips, and he's going to be shining his knife and fork, because he is going to be looking at Biblical ahead, and he is going to be wanting that P1. Speaking of P1s, Danny's still within a shot.
Honestly, Danny can pull off the strategy. I was saying earlier that anyone who does a 2-stop most likely will not be very competitive. However, if Danny does not finish P1, I will be forced to say that the 2-stop has lost him this race, because he was sitting very comfortably in P1 with a 2-second gap to the car behind, something like that. Box took the risk of the 2-stop strategy, and it might not pay off for him. 8 laps left, that's still Danny can do. Got to remember that Woden and Immortal both have penalties in front of Danny, and Danny is in very much striking distance of TRT Immortal, perhaps into the next DRS zone. We could be seeing a potential move going into turn 1. However, Danny, what I'm seeing right now is he has absolutely no ERS to play around with.
Immortals is in a very similar boat, just very quickly checked.
I feel
both
like
in around about
it
the
would
15-20% area.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's quite hard to say.
I feel like it might be unwise of Danny to use DRS to go for a move going to turn 1, because then we're going to be potentially looking at Immortal completely dive bombing him and going into the chicane, and that's a net loss for Danny. So in my opinion, you should wait until the second DRS zone to go for the move. Not using any overtake, very wise, very wise.
Deluxe, amongst all this, has been catching, I think that was 3 tenths last lap, 3-4 tenths. So Deluxe is looking very good at the moment. If he can keep that up, he should have Biblical by
Deluxe is now, yep.
If my maths is correct.
Yep, Deluxe is now within that 3-second. Oh, there's the yellow flag. Yellow flag.
I think that might be Jordan. Yeah, Jordan had a little spin there. Unfortunate, he's been doing alright so far. Well, he's still in the top 10, so he's looking pretty good.
As I was saying, Deluxe is within that 3-second window. Obviously, he has less warnings than Biblical PC. So if Biblical PC gets 1
seconds.
Oh, that is going to be very detrimental for the race. But yeah,
I think he's already no, wrong button.
Biblical PC though, all he has to do.
That's 6 seconds of penalties there, and Jordan's gotten another one.
All Biblical has to do
is Jordan's retired.
Jordan's retired. Potential VSC. Yep,
that
VSC.
Is a VSC. Is Biblical going to come in? No, he's going to stay out.
Now this is big. This is big because
no, he's staying out. Woken staying out.
Although it may not look like much.
A lot of people are staying out.
Although it may not look like much, this virtual safety car, if Deluxe doesn't keep as good of a pace throughout this as Biblical, he's gonna drop out of that 3-second window.
He's He's about at the 3 seconds at the moment. He's
increasing
to about.
Yeah, I was going to say he was about 2.7 seconds back from him before the VSC begun.
As
Ed's
got
a
drive-through
drive-through
penalty.
This race.
That's not going to be helpful.
This race
I
has
think
been
his situation's just gone from bad to worse.
absolutely terrible
the possible
for Ed.
penalty at the end of the race. He's now gotten a drive-through.
Yep,
for that.
As I said, Ed, he did well in this first portion of his race, but ever since that collision with Duffy's, it's all been downhill. First losing a couple of positions, potentially getting a penalty for that spin, and now he has a drive-through penalty.
He's lost. I think he's battling now. Ed's really hard to barge.
If I was Ed, I would just let Trotto pass at this point and not hold Trotto up, as Ed is going to have to box. He's not very competitive in this race anymore.
I think that's going to lose it. I think he's going to be out the points for that then.
Yeah.
Unless he, unfortunately, I don't think you can revert drive-through penalties.
No, you can't. So,
They have to be served.
FRT Deluxe has gained a second on Biblical PC in the last lap, going from 2.8 to 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, but he has 0% ERS. But Biblical has 30. So, you do the maths there. I think Biblical right now he's in a more comfy position.
FRT Deluxe is being
I don't know if it's going to be
very rash on his ERS usage. Any ERS he has, he's trying to use it, which, in my opinion, is not the most effective thing. I think
spread it out rather than use
exactly
it
what
he's already using it.
I don't know
5,
what
4,
Deluxe
3,
is doing with his ERS,
2,
but
1.
not
and
the
now
smartest
he's going to
thing.
be on 0%.
Honestly, Deluxe's ERS management may cost him this race. All he has to do is just save his ERS for maybe 2 or 3 laps and just try and get into that DRS on a Biblical PC. And then he has that ERS to attack him and potentially get that position. Now, from what I'm seeing...
Even then, Biblical's got 17%, which is, right now, 17% more than Deluxe.
Yeah. All Biblical has to do, literally all he has to do is not get a penalty, and this race is pretty much in a bag, as Deluxe, he's just using all of his ERS. In my opinion, very stupidly, however. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Another 3 seconds.
Not been a good race.
Mod has 12 seconds of penalties.
Not been a very good start to the season either for Mods. Once I add.
So at the moment, Danny's in a shot for the podium here. Just having a little look.
I think Danny, my prediction for the podium
get within that 3 seconds.
Yeah, with 4 laps ago, the prediction for the podium was 100% got to be Biblical, FRT, then Danny.
Are we going to do some pre-race after interviews?
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. I'll put it into one general at the end.
Yeah, I've got the stream up on my phone.
Essentially,
11 viewers. Thank you very much.
FRT Deluxe is still catching up to him, but 0% ERS. All he has to do is save it for a couple laps, and he might have a chance at this race. Another penalty for non-cabbage. He's just hanging around in P12. Looking at the standings though, really good race from Trotto. Filling in as the Tier 2 driver. Very, very good good drive from him to be able to compete with the Tier 1 grid. Well done from him. FRT Deluxe slightly gets off track. I don't know if that was a warning or not. Or nearly loses it.
Would you like me to check?
Eats a bit of curb there.
That wasn't a warning.
Definitely has lost a couple temps there though, and I'm 100%, if I was a betting man, be putting my money on Biblical PC to take this home, because at this point he knows all he has to do.
Let's bet. Why not?
Well, I don't see you in person, so when are we going to give each other the money?
No, I'll get. No. I'm playing with Ed next week.
Okay, I'll give it. Okay. If Biblical wins, you give me a $5.
Wait, I give you a $5?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were betting on Deluxe to win.
No. I did have my money on Deluxe to win. However, with his ERS usage, it's looking less and less likely. Running a bit wide there, I think that may have been a warning. Because I got a warning from there yesterday as well.
Oh, you silly fool.
But honestly, the last couple laps, Deluxe has not really gained too much biblical PC. There was a period where he gained about a second and a half
I think this
on him.
is where the
But
hards are going to be.
exactly, as I was saying, the tyres are starting to go off with Deluxe, and yeah, honestly, can't see him being able to catch up to biblical PC and take this win. Danny, he's now within 2 seconds of Woken.
That's going to promote him up into
that will be
podium position.
Essentially, yeah, P3 for Danny. Biblical driving a very good race so far. That strategy has worked perfectly for him. You're going to have to remind me. Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to have to remind me where he started from.
He started P12.
An amazing drive so far from Biblical.
P13.
If he can keep it clinical, not make any mistakes, this win is wrapped up in the bag.
I think the most Deluxe can do now is just getting the DRS, so I think that's all he can really do. Even
but
then,
now I'm looking at it,
he
has no ERS, literally 1%. He has clearly more tyre degradation than Biblical PC. Most tyres are more bald than Alfie's dad.
Oh
and
my God.
Greg will not be happy.
I think my dad's watching this. Mods is in.
Mods another 5-second penalty. Maybe go for fastest lap. Yeah, Deluxe is dropping off from Biblical PC. 6 tenths off of the DRS zone. I can't see it happening. But yeah, if Biblical PC keeps it clinical, no mistakes, no penalties, then 100% this win is wrapped up, as I have already said. But yeah, it's been a great race from Biblical. Let's turn our attention to Danny against Woken. Danny is about to go into the DRS of Woken.
Yep. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Dad, I know you're watching, I'm so sorry.
I've just watched Danny send his distance to space with that downshift. So, dodgy strategy.
Clearly Danny's pushing. But I think Danny's tyres are going to be coming off at
There's
this point. There's a yellow sector 2.
I'm
not sure, that's Mods?
Yeah, that's
Mods has spun. And he's going, I thought he was going
I was not saying about Danny's downshifting. There's engine braking, then there's that. But yeah, Woken perhaps is going to be sent into the chicane if Danny is willing to use his ERS. I doubt Danny will be willing to do that just because he doesn't need to. Woken's already got a penalty and Danny's sitting happy in P3. I do think he'll be disappointed though because he didn't start from the pole. His strategy has probably let him down a tiny bit. Mods is having not a very good race. There's actually, I say not a very good, a pretty terrible race. 48 seconds from the back of the
TRL memes is going to eat that up, aren't they?
Oh yes, obviously. Many TRL memes are going to be made about Mods and being 50 seconds back. How many penalties does he have? Let's have a quick look. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Non-cabbage with 12. It's Trogo, he's got 3. Really
we're now on the last lap
so far.
I think right now we're just looking at Danny. Danny could do it on the track, he could get past Woken, which I think will mean a lot more. I don't know about you.
Yeah, 100%. You always want to win on track over winning through penalties.
A lot more morally right.
Exactly.
Woken has literally no ERS. I think Danny just has a tad more. Woken's light was flashing just a moment ago.
Danny has 30% ERS. I am going to be predicting Danny to absolutely bomb down Woken's inside.
He's using it all up.
Yep, here we go.
Mods another 3 seconds.
Penalty, that's 23 seconds.
Here we go.
Danny going round the
outside.
And he's made the move before they've even made it to the braking zone. Why have I just said braking zone? Been saying braking so much.
Fair enough. Danny, that was fair play from Danny. You can't deny it. Clean move that right at the end. I think those mediums aren't as quick as a yellow sector 3. I think Mods. I think he's ran out of fuel or something. But oh no,
right,
go that way.
Biblical PC has had
Comes
an
round the
almost
final
flawless race. From 12th on the grid,
Yeah.
an amazing drive, amazing strategy.
He's going to weave it across the line.
Yep.
He takes it.
He's going to win in
Deluxe,
France.
he gave it as much as he could. It wasn't enough. Danny P3 started on pole. Unfortunately, not enough. P4 Woken. He's another one who had a bit of a comeback drive.
Trogo.
P5. Good race from him.
He's going to come home in
Thank you,
P8 after penalties. Really good race for Trogo though, considering he is tier 2.
Yeah.
Very happy with
Bullet
that
in
from
P9. I
Arthur.
think Ed's going to get ahead of the Bullet here.
Yep, from the penalties, Ed is going to be very disappointed in that race. Honestly, I think if he played his cards right, could be looking at a podium right now. Having a podium interview with us, however, he's not because he spent on the safety car, the stupid dick.
That's not very nice.
Yes, but it's true. How do you speed on the safety car? How do you speed on the safety car, Alfie? Come on, you're the master. You know.
No.
You know.
No, like it just happens.
It just happens sometimes. It just. You know, there's a rush of blood. There's very fine margins in this sport, and you know you can't really control your throttle sometimes. I've never had a drive-through from speeding. I don't know about anyone else, but I know that Alfie is a complete merchant of speeding under VSC.
That's not very nice. Alright, we'll invite the top 3.
Yep.
Make sure to get there.
We'll invite them.
That's the top 3 invited.
There we go. Here comes Deluxe.
We have
Biblical
Deluxe
has
joining.
joined.
Hello Deluxe, make sure that your audio's included. Same with you Biblical, if you can make sure that your audio's included on the stream. Cheers.
Alright, we'll have Biblical first, as he was the winner. Really good drive from Biblical. From P12 on the grid, up into first. Tell us how you did it, Biblical. Go on.
I've really got to thank the strategy. My original plan was just to go on to the mediums. I messed up my final lap, started P12, and then I just tried to keep my nose clean, and then just use the DRS and ERS, and then my pace was actually really good, and then we just controlled it throughout the whole race.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. It was a very good drive.
So at some point, did you feel any sort of pressure from Deluxe because he was behind on fresher mediums?
Also, we saw you had 2 warnings as well, so I'm presuming you were being very careful not to get one, as Deluxe was within that 3-second window.
It was really like after Scott Pass broken, and obviously I got a terrible. I was the sectors. The whole race was just about not getting a penalty.
Yeah, you did play that pretty much to perfection there.
Thank you.
On to the second place driver, big man.
FRT Deluxe.
FRT Deluxe. She was so close yet so far off that win today. Just tell us what was going through your head for the last 2 laps.
First of all, me and Bib were in a party, so we kind of...
fair enough.
Yeah, we were Danny as well, so... and they broke it, so we were all communicating. So basically I started on the hards. I purposely went out in not Q1, in qualifying. Started on the hards and I went long. I wanted to go to mediums at the end, and all credit to Bib, he had really good pace, I couldn't catch up on those mediums. I got a bit lucky that he lost time in the VSC, and from there it was about keeping it clean. Kept it clean, and I came home in a slight P2 in my first race, so I'm pretty happy. Of course, if I'd maybe kept the pace up on the hards a bit more, I could have maybe catched him, but it would have been a stretch. And GG's to Danny as well on the P3, doing a 2-stop, even though we started at the front.
Unfortunately, he's not joined.
Me and
I'm
Alfie.
sure he's going to have to sort out.
Me and Alfie were both talking about your usage of the ERS. You could just see how desperate you were to try and catch them.
basically, if you know me, I use my ERS. So on the first stint, the hardest I managed it. Then when I go in, when I want to catch up, even though it's not great, I use my ERS every lap. And even though I lose time on the straights, I find it gives me on the exits. So you can see it was kind of chipping on the time. I would have gained more doing that than I would have saved the ERS and then attacked at the end, because I would have gained 3/10 a lap maybe for the last 3 laps. That had just been 9/10, so they gained a whole about 2 seconds. So it worked, and yeah. It was an alright call, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I
Well,
also think right now we're literally just hit 60 minutes, so I feel like this is a good place to finish.
thank you both
thank you so much
for
for
the interviews.
Fakey, do you want to say any words?
Thanks for